What's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail, man. Um, Kids didn't change. Parents did. This is because of Prime, Deion Sanders, I Am Athlete podcast. He actually said something else I thought about making a video about. They're role models and they're people who are modeling roles, which he drops a lot of gems. That's what Prime does. Um, but it took me back because he was like, kids haven't changed. And truth be told, kids haven't. Kids want to play. Kids want to be kids. Kids want to have fun. Kids want to test boundaries. Kids want to grow up to be adults and do adult stuff and normally do extra when it's too ready when they're not necessarily ready for it. But what has changed is parenting and parents. Parents, it evolved. I remember, my grandparents was like, these parents want to be friends. And it evolved from being friends to to being accessories or associates. I would say probably associates may be more of a good term because kids, parents aren't as engaged because the parents are on social media. The parents are on watching television. We were the kids where when I was a kid, they would sit us in front of the television, and now you sitting kids in front of one television and you sitting in front of another television, and kids aren't, the parents aren't as in the kids' lives even if they're there. The kids don't necessarily have a passion because the parents don't. The parents have become childish. The parents don't want to grow up. The parents don't necessarily want to be parents. You got people still, want to live their best life as a parent, i.e., you don't want to raise your child to be a productive adult so you can go off and live your life. You want to live your life and not raise your child to be a productive adult. So it in some aspects, it looks like you want to be out competing with your own kids and you sabotage them before they get grown. So, they can lose before the game even starts. So the kids haven't changed. The parents, have. Kids still go through their cycle of growth. Kids still go through their phases, prepubescent, adolescence, teenage years, young adults, preteens, but not even just, regular toddler stages. I was cracking up because I was in the grocery store, and for the last few days, Memorial Day weekend, I forgot what it was like to see kids running in the grocery store. They running and running around in circles and they're not knowing where they're going. And the brothers and the sisters and the brothers and the sisters together, they racing each other and not a care in the world. But and the adults are looking like, wow, I ain't seen this in a while. Because kids are being kids. But what wound up happening is the adults decided to do something otherwise. Has anybody noticed, just for the record, that, I grew up in a latchkey kid generation. I was a latchkey kid. But has anybody noticed that, the kids nowadays, they dismiss adults and parents because it's like, y'all ain't even going, like they dismiss them like you ain't, not that you're my parent, but you're just an old peer. Like you somebody too old to be in the club. And part of that dismissal is that parents don't want to stay in their lane. Parents still want to be in high school. Parents still want to be in college. Parents still want to be at the young club. Parents don't want to be with parents. And kids have always been like that. Look, please don't do that with me. But you got so many parents who just don't want to stay in their lane as parents. And then they overstep their boundary because they become de facto teenagers. De facto teenagers. The teenagers that put a roof over your head. And the parents want to dip back and out of, hey, I'm the parent here. And it's like, when you gonna act like it when you pulling money out, but the rest of the day and the rest of the week, you just gonna skirt that responsibility. Like it's kind of like the father on Shameless. That's what the kids sometimes have to be more mature than the parents, and the kids don't look like they're mature, but the parents, even they could dress it up better, but they're worse. So until the parents actually decide to grow up, you're gonna really de facto rob your kid of his childhood or her childhood, because you too childish to put your kid's childhood before your extended childhood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not. Kids haven't changed. It just we're the ones who got the issue, because we're supposed to be the leaders in the first place. But like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.